Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the middleweight bout between Joaquin Buckley, or Joaquin, no it's Ken, Joaquin Buckley versus Antonio Arroyo. And how I see this one right here is I'm not all too impressed by Arroyo, to be honest. He has a pretty decent striker, pretty good striker, but again, a guy that falls too much in love with kicks. He got some good dynamic kicks, but a lot of times the only really impresses the lower, does well against the lower tier competition, or impresses the lower tier competition. But against the higher level competition, it ends up with you getting taken down. It ends up with you getting caught over the top because your hand's so low because you so kick dominant. Like your striking arsenal is so heavily on kicks. Now he's going here against Joaquin Buckley, and I saw against Darren Wynn. Even Darren Wynn with baby arms in the size of a toddler, well, toddler arms in the size of not a middle school, size of a preschooler. That man was able to touch you a couple times on the feet. So all that kick, matter of fact, your kicks were so good that man should never been able to reach you with a lot of those punches. You actually had a decent jab out there. Would have stuffed a lot of those takedowns easy, but he was giving up takedowns like every single takedowns like they were on sale. Like that man was giving up hella takedowns. So I'm not really impressed with him. He fought a man that he was 2 feet taller than, and his reach wasn't that crazy. He had 73.5, I think, and Wynn had like a 70-inch reach. So Arroyo's hands could be a little bit long, arms could be a little bit longer. But to get to the point, I just feel like I'm not impressed with Arroyo's striking. People say, oh, he's this, he's that, but I don't see it. And I'm not saying Buckley's such a great striker, but Buckley is explosive, he is aggressive. And if you're gonna have your hands down like that versus an explosive, aggressive guy, it's not like Buckley has such a cardio issue. I feel like Buckley can push a pretty good pace through 3 rounds. So I feel like he could constantly be in his face, constantly explode, catch Arroyo with his hands down, throwing those kicks, and hanging out at distance. Like I say, what's different between Chikaze and a lot of these other strikers? This guy is just an MMA level striker. He's not a world class striker. They're gonna hang out in the end of the range. They're not moving. They're gonna hang out, think they're safe at range, but they're gonna sit out there. They're gonna throw those kicks out there, but their hands will be down. And when somebody could catch you with a jump hook, explode, and cover that gap and touch your chin, or explode, catch you going backwards, knock you out, because you're not moving your feet. You stand on a flat plane. You might be at distance, but you're still there. You're flat-footed in that distance. If you get caught by a man with baby arms and who 4'2", Buckley, who not the tallest fighter himself, with 5'9", 5'10", but definitely much taller, much longer, much more explosive, much better striker than Darren Wynn has shown to be. And with your hands hanging down low like that, and also Buckley has a wrestling background. He's actually a wrestler. It's not like he has a striker background. He's a wrestler. So I feel like Buckley might even score some takedowns on him. And those takedowns, not just because the win was so good. It's also the fact that Arroyo's takedown in defense is pretty trash, to be honest. So I feel like if Buckley wants, he can score some takedowns. If he wants, he can catch him with his hands down. But I feel like it's more so he might mix in the takedown just to get it in there. But I think ultimately he's going to knock him out. And I think it's going to be in the second round. Arroyo hasn't been knocked out, so that is a concern. And this is not a high confidence prediction. It's probably a low to average prediction because Buckley didn't look the best in his last fight. But I'm really not feeling any performance from Arroyo so far through his career, Ultimate Fighter or UFC. Takedown defense looked terrible in all his fights. Fight IQ looked terrible in all his fights. And I'm expecting the same thing. Throwing a lot of flashy kicks out there, but leaving his hands low, using his punches very limitedly and not consistently. Poor fight IQ. I'm seeing him get caught with his pants down, hands low. Buckley cover that distance, touch him up constantly, to eventually be able to materialize that knockout in the second round. So in this fight, I had Joaquin Buckley via second round TKO.